It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Take it!
No, Frodo.
You must take it!
You cannot offer me this ring.
I'm giving it to you!
Don't tempt me, Frodo. I dare not take it. Not even to keep it safe. Understand, Frodo. I would use this ring from a desire to do good. But through me, it would wield a power too great and terrible to imagine.
But it cannot stay in the Shire.
No. No, it can't.
What must I do?
Get it out of the Shire. That's what you do. You know, it's not about who gets to wear the ring. It's the ring. Everybody's always about, oh, if you give me a chance at the ring, I got the ring. I do good with the ring. It's my turn at the lever. We'll fix it. I got the money. I got the time. I got the people. I got the suitcase full of a block of votes or whatever it is. We're going to control the ring. The ring always controls you. You dance with the devil, you don't change him. You know, so it's like, get it out of the Shire. Get it out of the Shire. Well, you know, Pete Eyre is in the Shire. And how is he taking care of this ring thing, man? Pete, what's your goal, man? Tell me about it.
I go around and just advocate self-government, you know, try to tell folks to, you know, we all should be free to act as long as we don't initiate force on somebody else. And, you know, we use videos with libertyontour.com, and myself and my colleague Adamo Freeman, we're also active on copblock.org. And with this new tour coming up, the Free State Project Friendship Tour, we're going to have a third crew member join us, so that's going to increase our capacity and hopefully our impact. And you know, we're pretty excited about all this.
Have you picked someone, or you're in the process, or what?
Yeah, Adamo and I have decided internally, and we're letting folks know that today. So we'll probably have a post up, an announcement up and probably tomorrow on libertyontour.com.
Very cool, very cool. Well, you're here visiting someone. Who are you visiting?
Allison Gibbs.
Allison, say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, that's all we get out of you? Is that it? Well, she's here in Arizona. Are we saying where in Arizona?
Sedona, yeah.
Sedona's a beautiful place here. I mean, you know, Pete hasn't been up there yet. They're heading up there after the show. And, man, you're in for a treat, man. This thing is awesome. What's he going to get to see? What's it like? Is it a recharging? You'll find a vortex there and you just chill and you're just so much better off emotionally. Tell me, how's it affected you being up there?
It's been really good. There's a lot of soul searching that's been going on, and I think that you learn a lot about yourself when you're hiking and doing yoga and all that stuff. So maybe I'll get him in a yoga class.
Yeah, you know, I bet he can stand on his fingertips.
I've done some yoga. It's not bad. It's a good workout.
So the thing is that you're going to be here for about a week and you're just going to chill.
Yeah, pretty much. Since I left DC back in the early '09, been hitting the road in Marv and with all these projects, you know, it's pretty much go. And myself and Adamo work most days, like you guys, you know, like a lot of folks, like a lot of activists work from when they get up till they go to bed a lot, and we have fun and we take breaks and stuff here and there. But this week here is mainly just a chillax session.
Yeah, just turn it off. Well, you get to turn it off the second you leave here, man, because you've been OD. Last night we had we're always good about an impromptu. Here it comes. Somebody's here. That's another excuse for party, and Donna's cooking. So we had a lot of people here last night. Had a good time. Watched Shelton's part 3 of a Nazi checkpoint thing that they did. That was cool.
Hilarious.
Then we have Kane's Hayek round 2. You know, we all cranked up the music on that one and watched that rap. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's great. The first one I know has like millions of views and won some awards. And like I was saying last night, I know it made the rounds because even my old man forwarded it to me, you know, so that was good to see.
So that's the kind of, fun that we've been having, oh yeah, what do you think of the farm, man?
It's awesome. I love this whole idea. For me, the major tension between like continuing to do projects on the road and do outreach and communicate these ideas is that it's a opportunity cost. And part of me wants to be, get some land and grow and be more self-sufficient as well. But we're learning that as we go. And I know there's a lot of good people out there. So
yeah, that's where it's transitioning. This last weekend, I was speaking at Fedstock too. And part of the point that I was making with the crowd there is I got up on the stage, my whole speech changed in about 7 seconds because I saw that the average age wasn't, 30, 40, even older people. Average age was like mid-20s. Hundreds of people out there, and it was all young people like you and younger. Yeah. And I'm going, All right, let me tell you what this is about. This freeing minds thing, I'm really big on freeing minds, but I tell you, we're in the point of saving asses, okay? And it's going to be yarn, it's time, I'm glad we know all this stuff. That's good. Now we need to know how to just survive this thing, because everything that we've been talking about coming, it's here.
Yeah, that's what, again, one thing I really love about the Shire, about New Hampshire, is a lot of folks up there trying different things and, creating alternative institutions, services, and goods. And so, we will be able to. It's pretty much the definition of agorism up there for a lot of people.
In the next hour, we're going to be spending a lot of time. Allison and Pete got to head out and go enjoy the beautiful red rocks of Sedona. But we'll be spending more time with Dean Pleasant. But I got to ask Dean. You've been doing this a long time along with me, since the early '90s. And I'm like, as you saw this Lovolution expand and this agorism and this voluntarism and all this other, you remember how all the stuff that we did, the activism that we did, the only place you had an outlet was lamestream media, the media so last century, and now it's so evolved to where all the stuff that we were begging for people just to understand what was going on. What kind of impact have they had on your spirit as this has progressed, and the kind of things that these guys do you see on Freedom's Phoenix? What's your opinion and observation?
It's absolutely incredible because, as you say, for a long time we were just begging for people to pay attention to what was going on. And now they are. And, as a longtime activist, you feel like you're beating your head against the wall over and over. You're telling people the same old stuff, trying to get them to pay attention. Maybe 1% actually truly pay attention, or at least you think that's the case. But what you may not realize is that you're planting the seed of thought in everyone you engage, and you may not get an immediate response as to how you affected their lives or their thinking patterns. But as it germinates, later on you run into those people, 10 years later maybe, and they say, oh yeah, I remember when you talked to me about this, that, or the other thing, and I thought you were full of it at the time, but golly,
The problem that we've come across, and we've known a lot of people that they'll take, and you have this nice fertile ground, the government's created this, this environment, you plant the seed on top, and then you get out your sledgehammer and you pound it into the ground. And they go, whoa, wow, that was fun. If a lot of times I got just to put a eyedropper of water on it and walk away.
Well, government is the fertilizer that is making it
grow.
Yeah.
You just all you got to do is it's like a website, man. We're just going to give you a card and just go here. Just take the card. And, I'll go over here. And one of the other ways is to do like what they do with Liberty on Tour, and Allison Gibbs involved with Ladies of Liberty Alliance. And all this kind of is to be an inspiration. They'll let the people have a central place, just to not to be centrally planned for or controlled, but access to resources. That is what has changed, and it's because of the internet that allows it.
Absolutely. And where I work in a warehouse, and I work with primarily people younger than myself. And I'm always willing to talk with anybody about anything. It's my way of, giving to the next generation what they need to know to continue on and solve these problems. And in making myself approachable, sometimes I don't get very much work done during the night. I always have, I say kids, they're not kids, but I'm 42 and maybe they're 25 and they're coming up to me and asking me all kinds of stuff.
And he has an answer. Damn libertarians, they got an answer for everything.